Hello, my dear student. Welcome back to online class. I'm Ashrita from Economics Department. So today's class we discuss our uh, third unit of modern bank management, that is innovative and digital banking. It is a continued part of the innovative and digital banking chapter, that is part 3. So first we discuss our mobile banking. So mobile banking is a way of providing services to end customer through the mobile devices like mobile phones or tablets. So it is also known as M banking or mobile banking. So it is used software called as apps, so providing by the financial institutional for the purpose. So the National Electrical Funds Transfer, that is NEFT. So it expansion of NEFT, National Electrical Funds Transfer. So these platforms is used for settling for all the internet banking mobile banking transaction. So the mobile owning customers through the two-way text messaging system technical are available to the submitted request and get answer from the bank on their mobile phone. And about banking transaction like check clearance, balance inquiry, funds transfer and such other transaction. The National Electrical Fund Transfer, that is NEFT, it is a platform used for the settlement of all internet banking, mobile banking transaction. So next we see facilities available under the mobile bank. So what are the facilities are available in the mobile bank? So the following services or facilities are available to the customers. That is first one is balance inquiry. So mobile banking provide the informations about the balance in the operative activities or accounts that are linked to the customer identification number. Second one is mini statement. The mobile banking facility provide the customer with the information about the latest five debits and credit transaction made to the account. Next, check bank request. So instead of walking into banks, the customer can request for the checks book to be mailed to his address per record of the bank. So this saves his time and energy. Next, bill payment. The payment of credit card bill or utility bills is made on the customers. So it requests to those institutional or agencies registered with the bank for these services. Next, change of primary account. So the customer has options to change the primary account to another new account number for carrying out the transaction. Next, help. The customer can transaction code for various types of transaction through this option, and branches located. The mobile banking apps helps to find the nearest branches of banks while on visiting to the other place. And ATM locator. So mobile banking app helps to find the ATMs and its exact location. So these are all facilities available under the or through the mobile bank. So next, types of mobile banks. So banks provide mobile services on such a different ways. So first one is mobile banking over the wireless application protocol. So WAP, it expand wireless application protect. So banks offer banking services through downloaded application that can be stored in the mobile handset. So the customer can be download the mobile application of the uh, smartphone and even various services provided by the bank. So different bank offer the mobile applications to the customer to help them perform banking transaction conveniently. And second one is mobile banking over a short message system, SMS, short message system. So the customer need to sign up for these services known as SMS or short message system. So by registering their mobile number, so mobile banking is performed through SMS and known as a SMS banking. So it reduces the customer requirement to just mobile phone and enable anywhere banking and anytime banking at the cost efficiently or effective manner. So through the SMS we can check the account balance, check the minimum statement or mini statement. And next third one is mobile banking over a unstructured supplementary services data, USSD, unstructured supplementary services data. So is real time messaging services. So bank offer mobile banking over the unstructured supplementary services data to customer who do not own a smartphone. So it helps to who do not own a smartphone. So they can simply use the unstructured supplementary services data, so providing by the banks to avail banking services, and the customer deals to prefix code and clicks send. So the major benefit of services are smartphone is not required, work on all mobile and no application installation is required. So these are all the types of mobile banking. So next we see the important benefit of mobile banks. So benefit means advantage and disadvantage of mobile banks. So first we can see the advantage. So saves time and money. So customer can save their valuable times and traveling cost in reaching the bank for their routine financial transaction. So customer can check amount, balance, schedules and receiving the payment, transfer of money and organize accounts with the mobile bank. This is the first advantage. And second, convenient. So the ability to access account, make a payment, track investment regardless of time and place is big advantage. So the customer can do his banking at a time and place suit him. And third one is secure. All the banks use encrypt to the safeguard and protect privacy and identity information on the mobile application. So good um, generally good mobile banking applications have a security card. So mobile banking is said to be more secure than even internet banking. And fourth, easy to access. So introduction of mobile banking, the customer is unable to access his financial information even beyond the working hours. And increased efficiency. So mobile banking functions are identified and competitive, and it also help in decongesting the banking halls and reducing the amount of paperwork. And next, all time banking. So mobile banking is available round and clocks. It is services to have information all the 365 days, anytime, anywhere, and about their account. So it is an ideal choice of access financial services for the most mobile phone owners. And next, control So mobile banking makes it easy for the customers to have complete control over his finance. Next, promote payment. So here is um, typing error. So promote payment is next point. So customer can be paid the utility bills on the item on the time to save their paying penalties since alternative are received for the banks. Next, requests. So checkbook requests can be made sitting at their workplace or house. So these are all the advantages. And next, disadvantage. So bankers can utilize the time saved by the channels migrations of customers to mobile banking for the expansion of business through better marketing and sales activities. So banks can get commission for the um, cellular companies on the recharge through the ATMs. And banks providing mobile banking services enjoy the competitive advantage over the banks which are not providing these services. And next, mobile banking enable banks to reduce the cost of posting, communication, paperwork, etc. This is a advantage of bankers. So next, we can move on to the disadvantage of mobile banking. So first one is bankers customer relationship get affected. So as a customer does not have the visit to the banks, hence the bankers customer relationship may be get affected, and any feedbacks cannot be accessed to directly. So obviously the customer feelings, complaints, feedbacks cannot to access to directly. All the feelings or complaints through customer through mobiles. And next, security of account stores in a mobile device. So one of the most important issues faced in the security of the account information stored on the mobile device. And next one is fake message receiving from the hackers. So mobile banking users are at risk of receiving fake messages from the hackers to disclose the key financial details. And hackers here pose as leads bankers or financial advisors. So this is also one of the disadvantage. And next, regular customer mobile may be charged for using the services. So regularly customer's mobile charged when he was getting the service of bank. So regular users of mobile bank may be charged significantly for using the services. So this is the advantage disadvantage of mobile banking. So next, we move on to the wallet banking. So wallet banking is nothing but it is electronical wallet or mobile wallet or e-wallet or e-purse which enable buyers to deposit money and make quickly payment. An electronic wallet is not different than any ordinary wallet, expected that it is not kept in the pocket. So, e wallet or digital wallet refers to an electronic device or online services that allow an individual to make electronic transaction. So, traditional wallets do not have information on our shopping habits. So, e wallets keep a record of the purchases of the user. So, e-wallet or digital wallet refers to electronic device or the online services that allow the individual to make electrical transaction. So a card can be also be e-purse when money is credited to the card electronically, which can be used instead of cash to pay for things. So this is about the wallet banking. So next we see the types of e-wallets. So first one is closed wallet. So a company that sells goods and services can build a closed payment wallet for its customer. So these wallets do not permit third party payment and settlement and cash withdrawals. And next, semi closed wallets. So semi closed wallets are issued by the companies that are tried up with the different merchants. So semi closed wallet do not permit cash withdrawals or deliverance. So next, open wallet. So this wallet are issued by the banks and non-banking institution partnered with the bank. So there is a wallet can be used for the purchase product at any card accepted merchant's location, fund transfer, and also permitted cash withdrawal at the ATM. Next, the utility of e-wallet is same as credit or debit card wallet can be. First, digital wallet. So digital wallet is an application that stores users data and allow them making different types of transaction. So next, e-wallet. So it is an electronical version of payment card that is authorized to conduct a transaction on the behalf of the customer. And next, mobile wallet. A mobile wallet can be installed in the mobile phones as an application of allow the users to pay the store. So we can see the digital wallets so in the picture. So next, features of e-wallet. So it is a types of prepaid account in which a user can store his money for any future transaction. This is the first feature of e-wallet. And user can make payment for the purchases of groceries, online purchasing, etc. And it is protected with the password. So next, e-wallet allow the seamless money transfer to any bank's account. And next, utility bills payment is one of the critical wallet feature. And money transfer between the payer wallet and payee wallet happens within a second. And loans originations is one of the feature of e-wallet that meet the demand for the convenient real-time banking. So this is our features of e-wallet. And let us see the advantage and disadvantage of the wallet banking. So first, wallet have become a modern trends on online payment, and rather than doing the um, card information every single time. So like credit and debit card had allowed us a cashless, e-wallet have allowed us a go cardless. So the major benefit offered by the e-wallet, that is first one is security. So wallets can be secured with the robust technological such as point to point encryption, password, biometricals, one time password, web message, etc. So transactions are secured as does not require the use card number, that is PIN number or a mobile number. It is independent of such information, and that why it cannot be hacked. And second one is convenient. So obviously e-wallet are convenient as they eliminated to need to carry the physical wallets, and also it is faster. So digital wallets can store used credit and debit card data. So this way it simplified the users finance conveniently. Next, economical. So e-wallet are economical mode of um, conductions. A transaction are they are responsibly priced, and this means the customer do not have a pay services charged overdrafts fees, but need to pay only minimum fees on the card. So next, saves time. So money transfers between payer wallet and pay wallet happens with the second. So if the payment is made through the card, it will takes takes a longer time. So e-wallet save this time whenever is customer make a payment through it. So next, lighter pockets. So users of e-wallet can save credit card, debit card and bank account details in it. So it gives the users an opportunity to travel with the lighter pockets and lesser tensions to carry cash or card. So next, security of data, and e-wallet do not save customers data for further use and remaining just a platform for making a transaction. So next, competitive advantage. The wallets applicated to provide a more convenient transaction process method for the customer. And next, greater satisfaction. So wallet technological processing become a faster and easier leads to great sense of the satisfaction to the customer. And next, rewards and other benefits. So many a time there are cash back discount rewards, and peoples who used wallets to purchase or pay bills. And next, smart decision. So e-wallet use can review and analyze their personal financial operation. This analysis uses to take smart financial decision. So this is a advantage of wallet banking. So next we discuss the disadvantage. So first one is electrical technology is risk. So electronical technology is considered to be risk than the regular payment method. Next, internet access. So all sellers may not have offered the such um, internet access, and only use a small segment of the population. So most of e-wallet application require internet access, which does not have availability wherever this is a internet access. And second, only use small segment, so the seller will not be such a technical. And next, urban areas people are not aware about the technology. So basically e-wallet have been limited to urban areas where people are aware to such a technology, or there is no idea about the technology. So I conclude this class. So in the next class we discuss a continue part of this chapter. So thank you for watching.